What's up, guys? Paramoto here. And guys, I would love to make a lighthearted, positive video for my triumphant return to YouTube, but right now I am pissed off and I have something to say. Guys, if you've been following the news out of Chicago over the last week, you'll know that 2 officers got shot and one of them died as a result of her injuries. Her name was Ella French. I wish we would have a straight up Fight Club say her name moment. Her name was Ella French and she didn't deserve to be murdered. And honestly, I am beyond sick of seeing these officers get assaulted and murdered in the line of duty. Chicago just had another police officer get shot in the stomach like during the springtime. And most departments very rarely have an officer die in the line of duty, let alone get murdered. And you know what? This department continually gets just beset with these tragedies. It's sad. It's disgusting. It's sad. It's honestly disturbing. But it is disturbing how much aggression is being put towards police officers nowadays. I'll be totally honest with you. I think an assault, let alone a cold-blooded murder on a police officer, should be absolutely considered an assault on all of us, on every single member of society. It should be considered an absolute affront to our own peace, liberty, and our rights to safety in our communities. An assault on a police officer should be considered an assault on all of us. A murder of a police officer should be so heinous that that person never see the light of day ever again. Honestly, I've been shocked for the last several days over the entire matter. I mean, honestly, I got so angry at this that if you would have given me a picket sign and a place to go march, I would have held that sign and I would have gone and marched. And there's not a lot of things in this world that I would hold a sign for and go march for, but this is one of them. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. To say that it's getting absolutely ridiculous, the assault on our own peace officers, is an absolute understatement. One is ridiculous, but the increasing severity of these incidents is becoming absolutely outrageous, and it should not be accepted by any member of our society. So a few years back, I had my own run-in with this kind of situation right here in my own local community, Raleigh. An officer by the name of Charles Ainsworth was shot multiple times in the line of duty. He was doing a traffic stop on a suspected stolen vehicle, and this person shot him multiple times. Me and my girl, we're both in public safety in the area. We went to multiple fundraisers for him, and the outpouring of support from the community, I had to say, was amazing. Wake County has got a bunch of just absolutely classy people. Oh, and looking back on the fundraisers that we went to, and you know what, the stuff that we dropped off at our local Raleigh police station, I gotta say that I don't feel like that was enough. I feel like if I experienced that today, I would do more. It might have been more than most, but I think we could have done more. Gonna be kind of controversial here. Yes, blame absolutely rests with the shooter. The person that pulled the trigger, it absolutely rests on him. But not all of the blame rests on him. To be totally honest with you, I think a lot of the blame as well goes down to the average citizens. That includes me and you. We've accepted this. We've accepted this as part of life. Just ridiculous violence is just gonna be part of it. We're gonna accept these crazy, destructive policies and these politicians that push them to be part of life, and I don't think we should anymore. I don't think we should ever let it start, but I think it's time to stop it. There are crazy politicians out there that have policies that undermine the very essence of what our society is. Frankly, there's politicians that don't think criminals should be punished. There's politicians that think that jail should be abolished, and it is ridiculous. The fact of the matter is that the vast majority of these people that commit violent crimes against police officers, against other members of their own community, have priors. There's a reason why we build jails. There's a reason why we have prisons. There's a reason why there is a bail system. It's in place to protect me and you, the taxpayers, the people that are a part of this community that deserve safety. They deserve a chance to live our lives without having ridiculous politicians release violent felons into our society over and over again. The person that pulled the trigger on Officer Ella French also had robbery charges on his record. Why was he out of prison? Why was he allowed to be in society? That wasn't considered by the Chicago justice system to be a violent enough felony to keep him in prison. This situation is absolutely avoidable 110%. There's a reason why we have jails, and he should have been in one. I have direct personal knowledge of a similar place to Chicago down here in North Carolina that has similar liberal policies, and they actually had somebody arrested twice in the same day for home invasion. Do you guys understand how ridiculous that is? That means that this person committed a home invasion. The police did their job. They arrested him, brought him before a magistrate, and that magistrate had their hands tied to the point where they couldn't keep him in jail because of the policies by the district attorney and the lead judges in power. And they were like, no, that's not violent enough. Let him back out. We can't keep him. So he goes and he does another home invasion. Somebody is likely to get hurt or murdered during a home invasion, but a home invasion wasn't violent enough for them to deem that person dangerous enough to stay in jail. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely unacceptable. That's unacceptable out of anybody. And if anything, that is gross negligence by the justice system. In pretty much any major metropolitan area, that is happening, and it is ridiculous, and it is unacceptable. You cannot have police making good, lawful, just arrests of dangerous felons, and then have the DA be like, no, that's not violent enough for me to prosecute. You know, we're just let him out again. When is enough? What is the line? Why do people have to get murdered for them to do anything? I saw all this happening, and honestly, I didn't know what to do. I would have carried a sign. I would have picketed. You know, if there was a protest going on today, man, would I support them in memory of Ella French. But that's not happening, and I'm not doing that. So I felt lost, like I couldn't do anything. But then I realized that I do have a voice, I do have a platform. No, we are a small YouTube channel, but I have a bigger platform here at my disposal than the vast majority of Americans, and I'm gonna do my little part that I can do for the memory of Ella French and her daughter that she left behind. You know, we live in America where we elect the vast majority of people that have any say in what goes on here. We elect our DAs, we elect our sheriffs, we elect our politicians, and there are routes for us to legally, lawfully, and peacefully protest these situations. I'm not going to stand by anymore as these destructive policies get, you know, brought into our communities that honestly the vast majority of people don't want. The vast majority of people want to be safe. They don't want criminals, violent criminals, to be left out in the streets all the time. So I live in Wake County, North Carolina. It's a county of about 1 million people, encompasses the metro Raleigh area, and I'm going to start doing my part here. If there is a radical politician pushing some radical policy that mainstreams violent felons back into our society, I'm going to say something. I'm going to write letters. I'm going to start sending emails to these people about how much I disagree with their policies. And you know what the thing is about an email and about your voice now, you can CC their entire chain of command. If you don't like something that your sheriff's doing, then you can let your town council know. And then you can let your state senator know. And then you can let the DA know. Like, I don't agree with this. And I am a taxpayer and a voter, and I have a voice here. We need to start standing up for what's right. There shouldn't be another Ella French ever again. There should never be another person murdered in cold blood for simply enforcing the laws that we all agreed to live by. You know, it's not just about the officers too. I mean, if you look at Chicago, it's just so ridiculously violent. I mean, it's not uncommon for tens of people to be shot and killed every single weekend. It is ridiculous. Wake up, start doing your part. Do anything that you can do. If you have a YouTube channel like I do, make a video and just voice your opinion, voice your lack of, voice what you support, you know? Vote. Every single one of us has a voice. You can all vote. Vote out these crazy politicians and bring in people that'll actually stand for law and order and, you know what, to protect your own family. I don't know. I'm still angry, but I hope this helps a little bit. I hope this gets some support. Above all, I just want to say that I hope God is with Ella, her family, and her daughter.